So, I've been with my wife for a total of about 9 years, only married for a year and a half of that. First got a place together 8ish years ago. I'm 34 and my wife is 31, if that matters or adds any context. My mother-in-law, for the entire time we've been together, has had no respect for the fact that she is in the home of 2 adults and takes liberties with our things and is generally rude, and it's always been something that's gotten on my nerves. For instance, I came home from work one day at our first apartment when her mother was in town to find my bread in the fridge, my pots and pans in the oven, and my furniture rearranged in my living room. I told my wife I didn't like that and they aren't her things to move and that she needs to tell her not to do that. At this point we'd only been together for a year, so I wasn't super comfortable getting into head-on confrontations with her family. This is something that's happened, in one form or another, for the entire time we've been together. I have never once confronted her about the dozens of rude things she's done in our home, and I've always told my wife when I'm getting irritated enough that I'm about to say something, and that she needs to before I do. She also doesn't like dogs, and I have a deaf and blind healer who, due to being deaf and blind, has mostly memorized routes around our home, and she insists he not be around her and does things like leaving luggage on half of our couch so he can't sit in whatever spots she's decided that she owns while she's here. 2 days ago, her mother is in our living room, having built a barricade around our coffee table and couch to make sure the dog doesn't go where she doesn't want him to go. Never asked, just started erecting defenses. Riggs, dog, jumps up next to me and starts walking in her direction, so she holds a pillow up to his face and tells me to get him off the couch. I told her she's sitting in his spot and that he can't see or hear, admittedly already a little angry from things she's been doing during the trip. She responds with he can have it back when I'm gone, and I came down on her. On Mother's Day, I know, but man, I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I said that this is his home more than it's hers, and not to forget that, ultimately, this is my home. I told her that she makes no rules here and I am the one who decides where my dog can and can't go, and she needed to get all the way over the fact that she doesn't like dogs when she's coming to our home, knowing that we have one. She responds with it's just while I'm here, and I said no, it doesn't work like that. You're not temporarily in charge of my home, my things, or my dog, while visiting. There's more, but this is already pretty long and the dog was the main catalyst. My wife is furious and says I made this about my ego and not about her. I feel like 8 years of being disrespected in my home is more than enough patience, and I'm struggling with the idea that I did something here that warrants the amount of rage that's being directed at me. Was hoping the objective opinions of strangers might straighten me out a bit. Edit, just wanted to genuinely thank all y'all for commenting. Things haven't been great lately, we both lost our jobs and there's just been a lot of stress. I'm sure that contributed to this story existing in the first place, but it feels good to know that I'm not just selfishly lashing out due to what's going on in my own head. Was honestly thinking that maybe I'm just an asshole as I was posting this.